Hello everyone. Okay, this is weird. Okay, hello everyone. My name is Nadia, hence the name. Everybody's gonna ask me what this is. This is my name. Well, I've been wanting to do a video for a while now in regards to how I passed an NCLEX. I just remember when I was in nursing school, well, after I graduated nursing school, you have to pass the NCLEX, and I was browsing YouTube trying to find some type of video that explains how somebody passed the NCLEX and how they went about it, how it was, and I just had a hard time finding good information. So I wanted to give you guys some information in regards to passing the NCLEX based off of my experience. This is my first ever YouTube, so this is kind of weird. I'm talking to a camera, but I promised that I was going to do this for everyone out there, all the nurses out there, so here we go. Okay, so a little bit about myself. I went to University of Maryland first, and I graduated, you know, regular 4 years into kinesiology, so I got a bachelor's in kinesiology, and I wanted to go into PA school, but I guess it didn't really work out too much for me, so I went and applied to nursing school. I was working at a hospital at the time, and I really loved what they did. I didn't know how much nurses really did, so I just fell in love with nursing, and there's ample opportunities for nurses, CRNA, nurse practitioner, informatics. So I didn't know all this. So once I found out the endless opportunities for nurses, I was hooked. So I went back to school. I went to get in a BSN at an accelerated program at Marymount University, which is in Arlington. That was a challenge. 15 months of nursing school is crazy, but I did it, and after I graduated, the NCLEX was next, so I decided to do what the teachers were pushing on me, which is the Hurst review, and that's what my school provided for me as far as a review for the NCLEX. Now we're going to go into what I did to pass the NCLEX, the programs I use, and the tools I use and whatnot. So the first thing I used, which was free, or actually I paid for it through my tuition, was the Hurst review. Now the Hurst review is great for great for content. Their questions are not that great. They're not similar to NCLEX, in my opinion. Everybody's different, but in my opinion, they are not similar to the NCLEX. But it's so great for content review because they give you this packet, and it goes through all the systems, and it tells you only the important things, which is great. So that's what my school provided for me, and I looked into that. I tried that for a little bit, and I just didn't think it was enough. So I decided to do Kaplan. So I purchased the Kaplan plan, or the Kaplan little bundle, whatever it might be, and it just came with like questions and whatnot, and those questions were really tough. I remember when I did them, I was passing. I did not pass. I had like only 50%, 60%. I was like, what? How am I going to pass the NCLEX? There's no way. I was very discouraged. But once I started browsing the internet, I realized that that's the score for average people starting out. So I just stuck with it, just kept trying the questions, and slowly and surely I just started getting better. It's just practicing question, going over content, practicing questions. So that's what I did. And the next thing that I did was, I'm not sure the order it was in. I took a Kaplan course, nursing course or nursing review course, and it wasn't that helpful. I was just curious. I just wanted to pass this test the first time. And I didn't care how much money I spent, I didn't care what I did. I just wanted to invest my time into passing this test the first time so I don't ever have to do it again. So I don't have to waste money and try it again and deal with the nerves of doing it again. So I just invested everything into this test. So I took the Kaplan review course. It was okay. It was not that great. All they did in that class was basically review questions and whatnot. So I was at this point I was practicing the Kaplan Kaplan questions, and then I just felt like this wasn't enough. I didn't feel confident. So somebody told me about something called Uworld, and I was like, what is this Uworld? So I looked it up, and a lot of physicians use this to practice for, I think it's their MCAT. I'm not sure. Physicians use this for the review. So I decided, why not? I'm going to pass this the first time. Let me do it. So I paid for the Uworld, and I really liked it. It had pictures to illustrate concepts. The questions were similar to the Kaplan questions. So I really enjoyed Uworld. So I feel that the combination of the Hurst review, Kaplan, and Uworld was a great way to get ready for the NCLEX. I know everybody doesn't have the financial means to do those things. So out of all three, what I would invest in would probably be, I would say Uworld. Uworld would be the first thing. If you can only choose one, I would do Uworld, then Kaplan, then Hurst review. Hurst review is just content. So if you're good on your content, you don't really need Hurst review. Okay, so those are the three things, programs, whatever I used to prepare myself for Kaplan. Sorry, NCLEX. So now, what am I going to talk about now? Okay, so just a little bit of words of advice. When you're taking the NCLEX, straight off the bat, you're not going to know every question. It's not like your nursing exams. You know, when your teacher is going over content, you'll go over slides, you go home, read the book, and then you take the test, and you're like, oh, I remember she talked about this. No, it's not like that. NCLEX is very strategic. You do have to know your content. You can't go in there just practicing questions and not knowing anything. If you have both content and you have, if you have a strong practice with the practice questions, then those two combinations will help you become successful in passing the NCLEX. So, just so you know, there's no way you're gonna know all the content. And I'm a content person. Like, I did well in nursing school because I would read the book and I just had a general understanding of the content. No, it's not like that. It was a learning curve for me because NCLEX is not like nursing school. I repeat, NCLEX is not like nursing school. They're different. So, go in there knowing you're not going to know everything, but have confidence in yourself. Know that, okay, I know enough. I passed nursing school, so I must know enough. I studied, I must know enough. I know I'm going to do well because I practice these questions. So if you go in there knowing these things, you'll be okay. So a lot of times people wonder, oh, are they all a lot of times people wonder, oh, do I have to know all the medications? Are all the medications going to be on there? No, they're not all going to be on there. I think I only had a couple, maybe 5. And I'll go in later about like my testing experience, what happened, how I was feeling, what kind of questions were on there. I'll go in there in a bit because I know everybody wants to know those things. I wanted to know those things. Okay, so meds. You're not going to have to know every single one, but you have to know the main ones, okay? The important ones that are reiterated in nursing school, know them. And know how they work. Just don't memorize, oh, this person, this does this and this does this. If you understand the background behind the medications or how each system in the body works, you don't have to memorize every little detail. If you know the overall big picture, if you know the general function, you can kind of figure out the answers to questions. And that's what I have found through nursing school and through NCLEX. So what I did was, I guess in the Hurst review, there were like main medications that they talked about, and I just try to focus on those, or medications that I seen on the Kaplan questions or Uworld questions, and I would know them, so I would go and I would look them up. So that's what I would do. So in my room, I literally had, my wall was full of medications and their functions on the wall, and my room was full of stuff. And my mom thought I was losing my mind, which I probably was, but that's what I did. I literally would wake up and I would see medications, and I would just, as I'm brushing my teeth, I would try to remember what this does and what that does. So it's like you literally have to eat, breathe, and sleep NCLEX. Yes, yes, you need to go out and have fun, take breaks and stuff like that, but if you just keep practicing and practicing what you are learning and trying to remember it, it'll come easier. Okay, so meds, you should know most of them. You should know the important ones, but don't know all of them. Another thing that I did in regards to studying was, and I kind of mentioned it already, was when I'm doing the Uworld questions, when I'm doing the Kaplan questions, if I don't know something, and when I started, most of the time I didn't know a lot of things, I would go and I would look it up as far as like, oh, why is it this answer? Why is it that answer? And if I didn't understand why, I would go and review that system. Say it's something on like the heart or something and I forgot, I would go and review that so I could understand next time if a question similar to that pops up. So that's another helpful tip. Now, in regards to preparing, when you're people never know whether they should study the night before the exam or not study the night before the exam. I didn't. I just wanted, and a lot of people told me like, you shouldn't, you're gonna get stressed out if you don't know anything. So I was just like, you know what, at this point, I know what I know. If I go in there, I'm gonna just try to do my best and it's whatever. So I did not study the day before my exam. Another thing is, I found out when I signed up for my date for the exam, I drive by the location because I have anxiety when I can't find things and I am late to things. So I drove by, I found, you know, the place where I was going to take my test. So when a day came, I wouldn't be like frantically looking for the place and stuff like that. So that's another tip that I would definitely suggest. Now, story time. So, the day of the exam. Whew. Man, I've never been so nervous in my life, and it's just normal. It's normal. Everybody's going to be nervous because a lot is writing on this test. You went to school for 4 years, 1.5 accelerate, whatever. You went to school for this. You spent a lot of money. Now you want to go and make real money and, you know, live your life. So a lot is writing on this test, and a lot of people get nervous, and it's okay. But I just remember I was very nervous. There was a lot of praying going on, and I got to the place, and they told me, I guess, to take a picture. I was like, oh my God, this is serious. And then when I looked to see where everybody was testing, it was like a glass window, and everybody was on the other side. I was like, oh my God, this is some serious stuff. I've never been to a testing situation like this. And I was so nervous. So this lady just brought me to my little cubicle, and then my heart was racing so fast, and I was just like, you can do this, you can do this, you can do this, no, you can do this. And the first question pops up, and then you're just like, I don't know, I can't do this, I don't know, I just want to leave, I don't care anymore, I just want to go. And that's exactly how I felt. But I kept saying, oh no, you can do this, you can do this. I tried to calm down, calm down, calm down. And then I think I felt like this for the first 10 questions. I was so nervous, and I just wanted to give up, but I was like, no, Nadia, you came so far, you've done this, you can do this. So you guys can do this too. If you feel like you can't, trust me, you can. You'll be fine. So when I'm taking the exam, they say that obviously they, you know, you answer a question based off of whether you answer it correct or not. The answer gets easier, it gets harder. To be honest with you, when I was taking the exam, I did not know whether it got easier or got harder. It just all felt the same. I don't know. I really don't know. But in general, it felt like the questions weren't too hard. And I had a lot of questions on kidney. Now, I don't know exactly, I don't remember. I've been a nurse for 2.5 years now. So I took the NCLEX a while ago, so I can't remember exactly the questions. And everybody's questions is going to be different. If I tell you, oh, I got this question, you're not going to get that question. I guarantee it. So I'm just letting you know, I had like 10 questions on kidney function, which is random. And some questions I really did not know. Like, I really didn't know. So I just tried to do an educated guess. So what it comes down to is this. You guys, oh, that scared me. It's my laundry. You guys studied so hard in your 4 years of nursing school. You can do the NCLEX. You know this knowledge. If you go into the NCLEX prepared, you studied your content, you practiced your questions, you've done all these things, you will pass. And another thing is control your anxiety. It's really hard, and it was really hard for me, but you guys can do it. Take deep breaths. Do something you really love while you are studying so you don't become overwhelmed. I took a month just studying. A month just studying. That's how long I studied for. Everyone is different, but that's what I did. And I did not take the exam right away. I took 1 month off and did whatever I wanted to do. Then after that, I went to the books, and I wanted to pass this exam. Now, just to recap, I suggest, for me personally, if you have the financial ability to do this, invest in Hurst Review, invest in Kaplan, invest in Uworld. Those 3 things will only help you. Now, if you can't invest in those 3 things, try Uworld, see how that goes. And if you don't like it, you can do Kaplan. But that's where you can start. Now, this is my first video. It's weird talking to a camera. Hopefully the whole thing recorded. Hopefully it didn't just stop on me. I don't know, I gotta check. But I'll be posting some more videos. I really enjoy using my knowledge to help other people that might be in the same boat. I rely on YouTube a lot. If I have a question, I'll go on YouTube and just search something. And sometimes I can't find the answers. I look back like 2 years ago, I couldn't find some good information on how to pass the NCLEX. So I was like, I need to put information out there to help somebody out there. So that's why I'm doing this video. I'm only here to help. I'll be posting more videos, and once I do, I hope you can subscribe to my channel. And thanks.